We are dealing with all the carriers and all the other players in the market are totally independent and totally neutral. We will be disruptive for the people that think they can do everything in the world. And we'll be collaborative with the mid-size and smaller companies, be creative in solutions that help us to be profitable and cheaper.
It's Project Cargo Professionals. We're back in Dubai for another episode of Voices of Breakbulk Middle East. And today I have the pleasure of being with Mohammad Jaber, CEO Combi Lift Projects. Mohammad, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Thank you for this nice new idea.
Not at all. Thank you for being part of it. And thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
So we'll get on to your new role in a second. But I know you're from Jordan. So for people who don't know much about Jordan, tell us a little bit about Jordan.
Oh, that's nice. Jordan it's a museum. If you could have a time and can go for a trip of like 7 days or 10 days, I promise you, you're gonna see a marvelous thing every day. On top of the great hospitality of the people, the nice food over there, and amazing things. Dead Sea, baptism area, Petra. It can be a great time for the people, for their knowledge, and to meet very nice people and culture.
So you're a good ambassador for Jordan.
Yes, it's my lovely country, and I love it, and people enjoy Jordan.
Tell us how and why you decided to go into logistics.
That's a nice question. Logistics wasn't my goal at all. I wasn't think ever one day I will be in logistics. Actually, I'm an agricultural engineer.
Oh, wow.
And when I came here to UAE, I was deeply in agriculture. But then I started with the company animal fodder project, commodities, and was huge volumes. So we thought that we have to do our own logistics company. And something clicked, and the company established a JV with Agility back on the days. And turns to be Agility, and I was focused at the logistics to deliver my product, because supply chain for commodities, every dollar count. And it's very competitive. It's not like oil and gas. In commodities, each dollar count and make big difference because the volumes are massive. Mm-hmm. Then I moved to Agility, full-time in Agility, and been challenged every day, finding, I'm so curious to know how things moving. Then I start first project for oil and gas. It was a pipeline. And it was for me since then a learning journey. And I found that it is the place where it keep pushing me out of my comfort zone and learning and meeting new people. Been all over the world, done projects in many areas of the world. This business for me is like reading. I learn every day.
And you took on your new role in April. Explain that and what attracted you to Combi Lift.
Oh, that was very, very tough decision for me. I've been very long time in Agility, then after the acquisition in DSV for 18 years with people. They are not only a people for me, they are family. We're grown up together.
Very long time.
Yeah, like it's a home. I spend time with my people more than anywhere else. We done a lot of things. And in Agility or in DSV, they have something very nice in common. They are so humble. They are so nice people, so nice company. Very high precision, high certainty. I can say there usually in companies you read values, you can write it, but there you can feel it. And that's the absolute amazing thing. But I reached to a comfort zone that I don't like to be in. I reach to like the people I work with, and they can do everything. So I needed a new challenge. I needed more focus on a project cargo and engineering and developing solutions that is quite different from the typical forwarding. And this is where I took the move to join Combi Lift, and totally out of the comfort zone. But how it will be the success, God knows. But I wish that we are on the right path.
So you wanted to stretch yourself, push yourself.
Yes, it's in projects, in successful projects company, you need to have agility. You need to have. You can't plan projects with the level of certainty that a lot of big organizations entertain very well, because that's logic. Like I would do the same if I were in anyone's shoes of the Big Five or Big Ten. So, in the smaller companies, they are very agile, very fast in adaptation. We are very much focused, narrowing into a specific product, which is projects. That's what we do day and night. So it is a big challenge, but the solutions and what's coming right now, the challenge has different grounds and different rules. So who will be fastest in adaptation? He will be the most survival, not the fittest or the richest, because it's so disruptive right now.
And Combi Lift is part of the Harren group. So tell us about that and what Combi Lift's role in the group is.
Harren Group has many verticals. They have the SAL Heavy Lift, Intermarine. Now they rebranded. Now it's SAL Heavy Lift. Now SAL Intermarine, SAL Engineering. They have the crewing, the assets management, and the projects. So we are a part of this group as the forwarding business unit. But we are totally focus our own business plan, and we drive our business based on the market dynamics. Be able to go to the group to ask for their help whenever needed, but in arm's length, as per market dynamics. As well, we are dealing with all the carriers and all the other players in the market, as specifically the companies that runs the group ships are totally independent and totally neutral. And it was a funny story, like they were supporting us and another company in a tender, and we lost. And the other competitor actually he done a very nice combination of cargo, which make his freight ton cheaper, and he won the business. And I congratulate them because they done a good job. But this is how they are independent, which is something really nice for us and for the market.
So you've just touched on it, but I wanted to ask you about that how operationally independent you are, and whether there's some competitive advantage to you selling access to the vessels within the group.
Actually, when I was in a meeting, Combi Lift wasn't in their top 10 customers. We are just growing, right? We are approaching them as a supplier. They are registered in our systems as a supplier, and we are registered in their system as a customer. So it's based on market dynamics. They are totally neutral. And we are also having good relationship with all other carriers. So we see how it will be good first for the client. So our mission to service the client. So and the client need to be excellent in technicalities and in commercial. Who can bring that balance between technical and commercial? Who would be successful or more successful to secure the jobs? So this is why we are dealing with literally with everyone in the market. However, we are offering the market little bit something different, and I always thought about it. It's the collaborative forwarding, the collaborative shipping, where we can work together, and we can reach to good business partners. So majority of those jobs, I'm working with different forwarders, different carriers, and bring value to the client, while be able to segregate the job and split it across the service provider in a way that everyone do where he's good at, and he can make a little bit of a profit. So he don't have to suffer in the areas that he's not strong, that someone else can do it. And this is sometimes where projects doesn't make money because he makes it somewhere and lose it in the other hand in another region. So if I come to integrate those together, I found a room where we can improve the project profitability, improve the price to the client, and the KPIs. And I think it's starting to find its way, and the clients start like, okay, let's see this. Let's understand what this guy is talking about. And that's good because we have good relation with everyone. And we want to keep it that way.
And when you look at this region here in the Middle East, where do you see the momentum building for Project Cargo?
Actually, our region is like mainly driven by UAE and Saudi for the volume and the value of the projects. But we are seeing a lot of development in Egypt, in Qatar, and Oman, Kuwait soon.
Right.
However, the magnitude is much bigger in Saudi and UAE, onshore and offshore. And just a couple of days back, we hear that Saudi and USA, they are in an alignment for a nuclear power development in Saudi. That itself would be a massive project. I was part of the logistics service providers pool for the nuclear power in UAE. And I saw how much volumes and accuracy, precision, and timeline. So that was 10 years of logistics. So looking at the situation in Saudi depends, I don't know yet the size and more details because it's just a fresh new news, but that would be in a magnitude that will really move the needle.
And besides that, there's obviously a huge number of other projects going on in Saudi. So you have a strategy for that and you hope to be involved in a lot of projects there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But now we are focused that we need to create value and different from what's available on the market. We need to come up with something disruptive, let me call it that way, but collaborative. And between being disruptive and collaborative, sometimes it sounds strange. But yes, we will be disruptive for the people that think they can do everything in the world. And we'll be collaborative with the mid-size and smaller companies, put things together to be able to compete on the price and bring the edge of engineering, be creative in solutions that help us to be profitable and cheaper. And that's where the name of the game. We cannot solve today's challenges with the tools we have yesterday. And there is lack of tools somehow, especially in the logistics industry. In certain areas, we are not up to where we deserve to be. It's not like telecommunication, not like aviation. A lot of things lacking. Today, everyone working in the improvement. Everyone recognize challenging areas and improvement areas, and everyone working. But the speed, when we can reach there. But building a ship is many years project. Getting it fully depreciated is 20 years. Payback period for even the ship working fantastically could be 10 years. So the speed of development will be determined by how much we can use the edge of technology to optimize the cost elements by using better engines, less emissions, less fuel consumption, smarter bookings, better cranes, increase the throughput of the vessel, speed of the vessel. That's the name of the game right now. That's something I actually also Harren Group done very well with their latest ships, Elise, where it's 19 knots speed, fully electrical cranes, 2 800-ton cranes, and they've done a lot of improvement on the design, which they done in-house. That's for me, when I attended the christening of the vessel, wow. That's something I didn't see so often in the market. So how long those vessels will continue on fossil fuel. When someone, this is our methanol ready class, but when we're gonna see a major disruption for this industry, then you will see a huge race and competition. So I still think there is a lot to be done in our sector to develop it and to reach where, let me call it, our potential.
Hi, it's Aya Saeed here from Breakbulk. Thanks for checking out Voices of Breakbulk Middle East, our collaboration with PCP to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the event. For a decade, it's been the meeting point for companies driving the region's most ambitious developments, bringing together more than 10,500 industry professionals. We're looking forward to meeting everybody at Breakbulk Middle East, taking place at the Dubai World Trade Center on the 4th and 5th of February 2026. Don't forget, you can register online for your free ticket to attend. Enjoy the podcast and see you soon in Dubai.
This episode is brought to you in partnership with Hareket, proud sponsors of Voices of Breakbulk Middle East. Hareket has been moving the world's heaviest and most complex cargo since 1957, with a reputation for tailor-made engineering solutions. Headquartered in Turkey, they operate across 3 continents, with offices in 28 countries and a team of more than 1,000 specialists. Their work spans engineered heavy lift, project transport, cranes and marine services, supporting oil and gas, petrochemicals, power, renewables, nuclear and infrastructure. Hareket is consistently ranked amongst the world's largest crane and heavy transport companies, with more than 1,000 major projects completed worldwide and strong regional partners like Abu Dhabi ports. Find out more via the link in the description below. And a huge thank you to Hareket for supporting project cargo professionals. And I was reading a newspaper article that was saying how important it is for the Gulf states to have compute power, as they call it. So the AI data centers, all the infrastructure that's going on for the tech industry, and they hope that'll be a big export. How exciting do you think that compute power is for the project cargo sector?
Let me tell you a story here. Maybe 15 years back, one of my mentors, his name is Ilyas Manam. He was in the regional office, the CEO for MIA for Agility. He gifted me a book. The book name, Thanks for Being Late. And I recommend people to read it because that book just opened a new chapter in my life. And it's talking about Moore's Law and the computing abilities and how the world changed in the last, at that time was 10 years, but right now I'm seeing like more than 20 years. Changed more than what they ever invented before. That's due to computing ability and to the bandwidth. There is a difference between the business and the usage. So Gulf states and everywhere, they are looking for semiconductors. They are looking for increasing data storage capacity, the bandwidth and speed of communication, and the ability for computing. Especially with AI come to the game, AI now used to develop tools that use AI with data. So the AI not usually only used to analyze data and give you some indication how to take your decisions for the future. But you can use AI to develop your tools. And here, the business to develop the tools. Then another business is how to use the AI to capture all the data and make it meaningful, give you results. And that, not something you can do with 1,000 people. If you put them day and night to do it, comparing to an AI can do it in a minute. So do you know what's the absolute power? It's the power of anticipation. So imagine you know what will happen tomorrow. Imagine the data we are collecting. There is like more than what terabyte? Terabyte is small now. But we are collecting a massive, big data. Where people a few years back, they were talking about big data. The big data terminology that time is small now.
Yeah.
So this data all together, it can give us precision on the estimation and anticipation on what's going to happen. The point, all of the people start doing that. So where you stand, you will be part of the game. You will start developing your own tools, capture your own data, find data that you use it to help you to anticipate the future so you can make right decisions, more accurate decisions.
Informed decisions.
It's exponential. So what you computing or able to compute from mid-90s till maybe 2006, all of it together maybe can be computed right now in 1 second. 10 years analysis can be done in a second. So this is why I think in 10 years, maybe I will not be a fit to be a Combi Lift CEO. Maybe you'll find at 22 years old, much better than me to lead such organization or even bigger organization, unless I go back again to study and learn, to be competitive, not anymore with years of experience, but your brain with how many gigabyte works.
Yeah. It's continual improvement.
Yes. This is life.
Yeah.
If we stop learning, that's the end.
Is there a market in the Middle East that you think people aren't so switched on that you think could be interesting from a project cargo perspective? The next market?
Yes, I'll tell you. Now, the point, storage is a logistics, right? But I didn't see any logistics company right now here working in storing data. These warehouses, massive warehouses, they need a massive amount of cooling and power.
Yes.
And the region is growing its capabilities and capacity on power generation by clean energy or renewable or traditional means of energy, increasing infrastructure. That's mean our region will, with those investments announced with trillions, they will need a lot of infrastructure and power plants, connectivity. And another area where I think it will be coming soon to the region, our region in the last few years wasn't like really stable. So the reconstruction of Gaza, the rebuild of Syria, as we see right now, massive developments in Egypt and on the Red Sea, what Saudi is doing, hopefully things get all over the region, settle down, and this dust and cloud goes away, and we again align all our forces into development as an infrastructure or in technologies and healthcare and education. Then we're gonna face a lot of requirements in every sector. And the projects, it's either oil and gas or energy or civil, railways, whatever, still cargo, we have to move it, and we need to move it right and fast.
And if you could fix one challenge about doing project logistics in the Middle East overnight, what would it be?
I need to pray for it. I wish the peace comes. We are tired of seeing TV from Gaza to Syria, now Sudan, and everyone in the world, and United Nations, Security Council. Like, we need peace. We need to live with peace. We need to coexist within the countries. Like this, it's not geopolitical, it's internal problems to settle down. The geopolitical things to settle down, and all of us align our agenda and get the peace moving. The new generations, I wish this peace comes also to Asia, Europe, with the conflict with Russia and Ukraine. That will unlock a lot of potentials for development. This money is burned on demolition and the disruption of everything going. So imagine those efforts put into development, how we could be. So if I can change something, one challenge, I wish that the beast comes so fast.
And there's obviously a big difference between pricing a project and delivering a project. So what are the strategies you employ to keep the project on track?
Sometimes I can say God knows, because we try. We check fuel price. We try to usually put the liability in the subcontractors, try to be smart in terms and conditions, find a way that you can go back to the clients, something change out of scope, right? But those tactics start burning out. Now there is hedging. Now there is clients not able to discuss terms and conditions. They need lump sum, everything, risk on you. Sometimes you become thinking, I'm a bank, I'm an insurance company. What is my scope? My scope to move cargo, not to give you an insurance coverage and not to make finance. So how you make it? That's questions people working at. But now we have to be able to come up with innovative solutions. What that means, better stowage planning, a better way of moving cargo, better way for handling, railways. We need to invent different way and more cost effective. I work in a project for double tailing, for example, trucking with double tail. That cut around 30 to 35% of the cost. If you cut 20% for the customer from the price, you make 10% additional and optimize your resources, optimize your cost and less emissions. You've been so sustainable. So this is where I think that people need to focus. To go more accurate, more competitive, you need to have more robotics, more AI, less errors, and you need to manage risk, not emergencies.
And we are seeing costs rise across the supply chain. So are those kind of AI and tech tools, are they already having an impact on bringing costs down?
Yes, but if I want to go and invent my own, and you need to invent your own, we will be 10 inventing our own things, right? And maybe none of them good enough. I think in a different way. I collaborate. So my operating system is one of the best in the world. I don't want to reinvent the wheel or create my own because I think I'm the smartest in the world. No, I go to the best available on the shelf. Then I start building kind of, how I can call it, interface and exchange data between this system and other systems that allow me to optimize man hours, the cost per file, and allow me to start reducing the number of minutes per file, allow me to go for high accuracy, and be away from I remember or you remember. I go for automation. The RPAs, the robotics process automation was good if you couple 2-3 years back. Now AI works a lot of things for you. Mm-hmm. So I think this is an important thing to let us find where we can improve. Then we have to decide internally among our companies that we really acknowledge there is an improvement area. Because if we think we are the best, tomorrow or day after, we will not be. So it's continuous challenge. Those are the tools that gonna pave the way for us to continue in the race of excellence.
And I know you're involved with the Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce. Can you talk a bit about your involvement with that group and the work you're doing there?
Actually, this is something really nice from the government. The involvement of the Chamber of Commerce, I'm part of the working groups. There is many working groups, and it's policy advocacy. So,
and you lead the logistics and supply
yes,
chain.
I'm leading the logistics and supply chain. Have amazing team in the working group. It's inclusive for all the sectors in the logistics, and we review together the changes might happen, and make sure that we translate our pain points, our challenges, and how the government can help us to make the changes in a way that it's the best for the country, not necessarily for the private sector or the government sector. It's important for the agenda, economic development, people comfort, safety, all of these things. We discuss it in a very, very nice way. And actually, Abu Dhabi Chamber done a great job because they are very active, and a lot of their blueprint is really nice, especially in Abu Dhabi.
And tell us about your interests outside of work.
Oh, that's nice.
Which you can't have a lot of spare time at the moment, having taken on this big job. But what do you like to do outside of work?
Actually, two things. One of them, I love doing barbecue, especially with my daughters, and having friends and see how they taste. I have a talent with doing barbecue, especially with certain type of meat. So they love it. The second thing I'm waiting it every week or every couple of weeks is the Formula One. Because the Formula One, when they started in Abu Dhabi, I remember I drove in the bottom of Yas Marina Lake. And I thought it's impossible next year to be ready. Then it's ready. And now for how many years? This year, it will be the first year I'm not involved in the logistics of Formula One. But I love it because it teaches me something. And that converted part of me into the law of attraction start working. You have a team. You have a clear mission and a clear goal. You have a good team and precision. All of the team aligned about every millisecond and what it's worth. The precision and the competition. The successful team win by milliseconds. Only milliseconds. The second is the first loser. But what's important for me, that how they embrace failure. They lose, they win. First, they enjoy all the time. And they look at their failures, if he's second or third or the last, and what I can improve, how I can win next week. They never give up, and they keep trying.
And as we start wrapping up, I thought I'd ask you a more light-hearted question. If you had to move to another country in the region, where would it be?
Oh, that's also a tough question because I'm living here for 25 years and UAE is a home for me. I love this country. I love how everything about it. But if it's a necessity one day that I'll go back home. I'll go to Jordan because I feel between UAE and Jordan, it's like my heart and my brain. So I love both countries and actually UAE is a home for everyone.
How's Jordan doing these days economically? Business outlook?
Jordan in the heart of the region, like with all the situation happening in Gaza and all these challenges. But Jordan have something really nice, that all Arab community loves Jordan and support Jordan. And Jordan invested a lot in education. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people that have really good resources in the region. This is how you find Jordanian all over the region. They're doing good. And I think with the potential of collaboration with the Gulf states, we are improving a lot. I don't know if you're looking, but a lot of the startups coming from Jordan, a lot of the startups in the region originated from Jordan.
Tech
yes,
startups?
Tech startup and many other startups in different sectors. Jordan have the most expensive is the human capital. And this is where I remember King Hussein was always saying, and it's written everywhere, the human is the most important thing. The person, the people. So it's the most expensive thing we have. So they invested in the youth, invested in education. Rarely you can find someone in Jordan. And we have a lot of doctors and engineers and everything. So it's so beautiful. But natural resources, optimization on our infrastructure, but how many refugees Jordan took from Syria and before all the area. Jordan always like open arms. I think it's the most country in the world who received Syrian refugees, and we don't deal with them as refugees or no. We share our bread with them. because this is how it's Jordanian. You come to my house, I will host you for 3 days without asking you a question. So that's how is it. And we are happy about that.
And we've got the 10th anniversary of Breakbulk Middle East coming up in a few weeks. You've been a big part of that event as a speaker. You've been a supporter. Tell us a bit about your experience at the event and why that's been important for you to be so involved.
I think the event and the management are doing great thing. They have a very good, big advisory board. They are adaptive. They listen what's needed in the market, and they are covering it. Since they started in Abu Dhabi for the first year till today, it's a different event, from very small to very popular, and it has an impact. So we can see the case studies, the topics discussed, and how it is good ground and a platform to bring new ideas. Some companies get jealous from each other because they see what's other people doing. So it's good to make challenges. Now, in the last couple of years, I see they are doing much better even than before. The engagement, let me call it, with the industry, it becomes powerful. And the team they have, they're really working hard to provide the people with a rich content. So really, you need to read the magazine, and you wait in it, and you can travel to attend other breakbulks and the conferences because it's meaningful for our industry.
And when we meet again in 10 years' time at the 20th anniversary, what do you hope might have changed, either in your company or in the project logistics sphere in general? Change for the better.
10 years doesn't sound too long, but again, with the amount of technology we have, it will be so much long time. So do we really, I was participating on the Future Thinkers Summit in US, and they're talking about 2045. Like we can see 20 years. In 70s, they were talking about 20 years. With the computing ability we have today, we can talk about 100 years. So 20 years start being a little bit anticipated. But when you come to a breakbulk, what could happen? I think it will be youth. You might not find me, you might find a new generation, not engineers. By the way, the universities right now, subjects like you never heard about, like my daughter is studying intelligence systems and mechatronics engineering. Those wasn't there in my time of university. Those guys, you will find autonomous ships. You will find BVLOS drones. It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be the youth. It's gonna be in this people right now. We need to quickly catch the talent from universities. Just give them the foundation and build momentum of knowledge. Then they will do the jump. And someone gonna do the jump that will be super disruptive. I wish he would be from our region. And in breakbulk, I would think you will find holograms. Maybe you will be able to sit with people in a panel, and part of these people in US and part in China, and you find them in front of you. You will be able to see autonomous cranes, showcases about autonomous vessels, and robot do welding, and the Steve Doring or going under deck is also done by a dog or a robot. It will be different. The railway gonna be integrated in every sector. 10 years is a good time. We will see a mega change. Our region is one of the best to be a global hub. If the peace comes and geopolitical conflicts resolved, this region is amazing. And there is, like, everyone will be busy. UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Oman, everyone will be busy because we are able to put a very nice value added. We have the energy, we have the talent, we have amazing regulations, fiscal system perfectly, all these development around you, connectivity, airports, what it gives you, amazing place to do business. So this region will be connecting the world. And this is why I love it, and I'm investing on learning improving, at least to be part of the game in 10 years. So imagine how Breakbulk would be. Maybe you'll do a podcast with a robot.
Why not? Mohammad, I
knows.
can sense your optimism. Wishing you every success in your new role. I'm sure you will be successful. Thanks for taking the time to come in and talk to us about it.
Thank you so much. I just we are keeping humble, head down, focus on our work, and collaborating with everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.